Good afternoon. My name's Craig, glass artist, and I'm here today to discuss this wonderful glass piece that we have in front of us. Most people know me as the glass blower that's made all kinds of sporting sculptures. This piece is one of my all-time favourites. I made this piece for the Bobby Robson Foundation back in 2007. It was October 2007, and I was approached at that time by the Bobby Robson Foundation, and they were doing a charity event for the 3 nights. Sir Bobby Charlton, Sir Alex Ferguson, and the wonderful Sir Bobby Robson. And the benefactor was the Bobby Robson Foundation charity. And again, back in 2007. So what we decided to do was make a special piece to auction on the evening, which was the night of all nights, which was held at Rainting Meadows in Houghton Spring. And it was an incredible evening, which led me to meeting each of the 3 sirs, which I've never forgotten. On the evening, there was over 1,000 people there on that evening, and this piece was featured as an auction item. And what I actually done was, we spoke with John Gibson and Ray Marshall at the Evening Chronicle, and they were kind enough to give me photographs. The first photograph I got was of Bobby Charlton. So I made a sculpture of Bobby Charlton, as you can see, striking the ball with his left foot, his famous pose, with his number 9 on the back. That was the Bobby Charlton pose. Obviously, Sir Bobby signed it in front of me with me engraving gun. That was a pleasure for Bob to meet Sir Bob, and he signed it first. And then Alex Ferguson was sitting to my right side, and we made the sculpture of Alex holding the European Cup. I was thinking about making Alex in his playing days, but we decided his greatest achievement was winning the European Cup with Man United. So that's what that sculpture there did. It's kind of a recreation of him holding up the European Cup that he won with Manchester United. And finally, the one piece is Sir Bobby Robson, and we got a photograph of him playing in his Fulham days. He was number 3 in the back, and he's stretching for the ball. And that was the most typical pose we could find of Sir Bob. Now, when Sir Bob signed it, he actually was stroking himself, and I was sitting in front of him, and then behind was Lady May and Sir Bob, and he was stroking the sculpture, and it was a wonderful moment. Alex Ferguson had his arm around me, and they were talking in general about the glass creation and me desire to make sporting sculptures and sporting stadiums. This piece was auctioned, and it was auctioned for thousands of pounds. The actual figure, I think, was over £8,500. That a gentleman called Mr. Wayne Rudd purchased the piece. Sadly, unknown to me until recently, Mr. Wayne Rudd had died after I delivered this to his house in Darras Hall. About a week later from the event in 2007, Wayne died a year later, which was a terrible shock and a shame to his whole family. Nevertheless, his wife Alison kept this piece all this time as a tribute to him. Really, it was a magnificent one-off piece. Now, what's happened is, since Wayne's died, Alison, Wayne's wife, is getting married, and she's moving over to Canada. And she didn't want to take this piece, so she's donated it to the new benefactor, which is, as you can see here, is a fantastic charity based in Chesterley Street called If You Care Share Foundation. And they're a suicide charity. And there is connections with Alison and Alison Younger, who runs the UK Share Foundation. So they've asked me to just do a small piece to authenticate this piece. It was going to be auctioned in May up at Close House, but that event's been cancelled because of the COVID-19. So I'm taking the time to make a small video for when they do get round to doing the auction. The benefactor is now going to be UK Share Foundation, as I've said. Now, they are going to have an event sometime next year, I believe now, and it's all as a donation. So I'm hoping that anybody that knows me or knows about me and my work may well have some interest. So without any further ado, that's my piece, and it was an absolute pleasure to see it and to have it for the last couple of weeks due to the COVID-19, and it's been kept in my possession, and it was an incredible piece. So Bobby was magnificent, absolutely magnificent. The great Alex Ferguson, phenomenal. The night was surrounded with love, and I really felt it on that evening, the love of Bobby Robson and his wife, and it was great to be able to talk to him personally, and Sir Bob, the magnificent Bobby Charlton. They were all brilliant, and they all signed it. The signature on each sculpture is of them, players of them, off me engraving gun. Fantastic memory. Okay.